over on Instagram. Very warm welcome to you if this is your first time visiting my channel. I hope you find something you like, and if you do, please click on the like and subscribe buttons and select all in the notification drop down. If you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back and spending some more time with me today. Your support of my channel is really much appreciated. A minute. I seem to have scheduled something I didn't mean to schedule, so I'll just delete that off of there, and yes. Right, just getting myself ready. This is my third attempt at going live so far. YouTube didn't seem to like the first two versions for some reason. Really weird. Anyway, I'm here now. We're just getting my chat popped out. I'll just do that. I'll do that and that. And then I'll just open Facebook in case Catherine's joining us. I don't know. Don't think so. It's something like 10 to 8 in the morning there, so might not be. Alright. No. There we go. Right. Silly pop-ups coming up on my Chrome. Right. You can go away and you can see there. Change that to live chat. There we go. Right now. Needle. Thread. Fabric. I've got everything set up. I have done no stitches on this today, but I did do 269 on the witching hour just to give myself a wee bit more on that this morning. So I'm going to try and do around about 250 on this. Why is my magnifier feel weird? There we go. Is that better? Anyway, how are you all today? I hope you're all well. Yeah, I put in all the description and everything twice. Went to go live. First time, I don't know if my phone was maybe overheating or what, but it just didn't go. It didn't work, and I was like, oh no, don't tell me. Second time, I hit the wrong thing and switched myself from live to shorts, and I was like, no, we're not doing a short. We're doing a live stream. I think that's actually when I hit the schedule button, you know, to schedule it. But anyways, I hope you're all well. Let me know what you're working on. We'll see how far we can get today. Got a wee bit of sore throat, so I'm going to try not to talk as much today. Tries to be a fine thing, huh? Ouch. Time to cover that bit up because I keep touching it. go. Covered it up with my thimble tape to see if there's not to see about it. It should stop the eye of my needle from jabbing me in that one spot all the time. I have a callus, and every so often the eye of my needle sort of pokes at the side of it, and I now have a hole. So thimble tape is supposed to stop it from going in there, so we shall see. This solid colour seems to be a little bit thinner than the stuff I was using before. Same batch of stuff, it came from the same place at the same time. Just not a little designer kittens or cats or paw prints or, you know, checkerboards, and that. This is just the solid one, and it feels different. It doesn't feel as thick. It feels more like a crepe bandage than. Oh, you know what? I didn't mean to do that stitch, but I won't pack it on the next. One, two, three, four, 1, 2, 3. Go. Yeah, let's mark these off. Korea 898. I have Rosie Santa all ready to go after I've done my daily stitching on this. But of course we're still in the background on that piece, so there's not really a lot to see. I'm in two minds about whether or not to do it live or not. We'll see. Oh, because it's all light colours are in that. But at the moment, Hi Jane. It's okay, I've just not long started, sweetheart. I'm only just been on for about maybe 10-15 minutes, so it's not that long. Hope you're well. I don't have a set time for coming on, so it's very hit or miss whether you catch me or not. Tells you how organised my life is that I don't even, I can't sort of have a set time. I mean, I've been sitting stitching since about 11 o'clock, but not on this. I did a little bit on a little bit more on the witching hour this morning, and then after I've done my daily stitches on this, I am going to be doing Rosy Santa, and then tomorrow I'll probably do winter montage if my fabric's not here. If my fabric's here, I'll be starting Teddy Bear Tree tomorrow. So what are you working on, Jane? Are you doing, are you doing quilting, or just got me on while you're doing housework, whatever you're up to? I hope you're having a lovely morning. You're doing your memorabilia today. Oh, lovely. Yeah, Rosy Santa, it's still in the background, so it's still all the creams and pinks on the outside. I mean, I've only done 5,000 and just over 5,000 stitches on it. So it's going to be a wee while before. I mean, I have got some of the frame in the top row, but with changing the way that I'm stitching, I'm going to be working my way over in columns. So it's going to be a lot of cream and pale pink and that just now. But if I do it now, I won't have to do it when it's do it at the end, won't I? Oh, come on. You're stitching on navy. Oh my goodness. I think stitching on dark colours like black and navy is just about as bad as stitching light colours on white. just see how long it takes me to do my 250 stitches on this, which is my daily goal for this. Because I don't have a lot of stitches left on it. I'm well over 50% done now. I'm almost at 70. I'm at 69.02. Let's see what this takes me to. There. Taking me up 0.0301%, so we're up to 69.03 now. So yeah. I think it's 8 stitches for 0.01%. It's nice to see those numbers going up. Look at that needle, look. Look. Needle. Look at the bend on it. One. There. Oh, so I'm not the only one, Jane. Jane says, she see my beading needles, they are well bent. So glad I'm not the only one that stitches with bent needles. I just feel I can stitch a little bit quicker with them. That part there. I'm just stingy and I use them until they break, so majority of my needles are bent apart from the ones that are still in the packet. Hello Tracy, how are you this morning, my love? I hope you're well. What are you working on today? I'm saying morning. It's actually 10. It's actually almost 1:15. It's not morning. It's afternoon, isn't it? Anyway. You're the same, Jane. You find that you stitch a little bit quicker if your needle's got a slight bend to it. Yeah. When they're straight, I tend to stab myself more. I can't see what I'm doing to thread this needle. Hold on. Just doing my grandfather or my grandmother pose, trying to thread that needle there, you know, peering over the top of the glasses. You're stitching on an Eleanora by Nora Corbett. So you're both kind of working on Fancy Ladies then. That's nice. I like the look of them, but I don't. They intimidate me. They do intimidate me with all the beads and things. It just. I would love to stitch one, but I would probably get so frustrated and overwhelmed that it would sit in the whip bag. It'll sit in the project bag for years until I get till I get till I get so fed up of looking at the project bag that I want to finish it. But yeah, they intimidate me more than my big supersized matte colours. The Fancy Ladies and Chatelaines, anything that's got speciality stitches in it or beads, just sort of no. I know my limitations, ladies. Oh, it's a silhouette, so it's not got beads in it. That I might be able to work with. I'm going to have to get up and move in a minute because my prescription is here. Excuse me 1 second, ladies. Just get up and see. Oh. Did I not get my... Oh, you idiot. I forgot to put my... Oh. I need to put that on the list. Oh. I forgot something in my prescription. Oh. Oops. Hold on. I'll untangle you in a second. Oh dear. Sorry, guys. Oh no. My phone mount's having a heart attack. Hold on. Oh, right. Do you want to stop swiveling and just sit still? Oh, dear. us to go that way. Are you going to tighten up and just stay tight, or are you going to loosen up all the time now? Oh, for goodness sake. Right. Wee bit squinty. I'm sure it won't matter. Right. Sorry about that. I just realised as well that I forgot to put something in my list prescription, and I've lost it. Oh, there's my needle. Right, we'll just read that. I do apologise if you had this very word from the delivery person for my prescription there. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, I can curse with the rest of them. But I know that not everyone wants to hear it. Anyway, that being said, let's get back to this. And just put one there. I've done those ones. We're going to do this one here. I'm going to have to try and rearrange the cushions on this sofa. I'm getting a wee bit, feel a wee bit squished at the moment. Yeah, I forgot to put something in my prescription list, so luckily I have enough to do me just now, so I will put them on a separate one and put a wee note on saying sorry I forgot to include this in my last prescription list request because I'm a twit. I looked where I had where I keep them and I saw a box sitting, but so I thought I had plenty. I didn't, I only had one strip. I thought I had enough to do me till next month, but nope. I've got enough to do me 2 weeks at tops. And I like to put my repeat request in when I start on the last strip, so yeah. What I will do is I will phone first, just in case I did include it on the list and there's a problem with it. I'll do that after I finish this because I'll be back from their lunch at 2 o'clock, so. You'll be pleased to know there was no flood in the kitchen this morning from the washing machine. So the sink has remained unblocked. That's what very amused was. I was using the dryer last night to try and get myself caught up because I like to do a load of washing. Let's say every day, but every couple of days, and I usually put it on the clothes era and then finish it off in the dryer. Before I put it away, and so I didn't have time to put it on the air, so it was nearly dry to go in the dryer, so I had to go in the dryer wet last night, so it was a wee bit longer than it normally is. Anyway, hello, Lizzie. I remember your name. Hope you're well. And if you're working on something, let me know what you're working on. How are you doing with that, Tracy? The game. Are you thinking you're getting a lot of progress on your projects? Oh, not that one. That's this one. I'm finally catching up with some of my stitchy, first tube updates. So I was watching some of them. Well, one of them, it was Jen the Caffeinated Crafter from the beginning of June. I'm about a month behind at the moment, so yeah, getting there. Oh, what are you studying for? Brains, I felt like that the other day actually. It's nothing worse than when you feel like you do so much that you just can't concentrate. Oh, cool. English, that's a hard one. It does sound interesting, Jane, doesn't it? I know that Lizzie likes to write, so yeah. You enjoy writing, don't you? So yeah. Good on you. I really need to get back into my studies actually. Studying my sociology and criminology and my history, and I'm not so bothered about psychology, but it's an interesting combination to do the four of them at some point. I've got my CMHND and social sciences, but I never completed the Open University course to get my Beyonds in sociology and criminology. No, yeah, was it sociology and criminology? I can't remember. I never completed it. Like you, my brain fried, but I had been doing like this. That would have been like 5 years of constant. You know, it was just too much. I had to have a break, and now I'm kind of regretting it because I could have had my. In fact, I could probably had my. Been halfway to my masters by now if I'd actually stuck at it. So I'm thinking now I might just go back and do my Beyonds again. Let's try again with that one. I really wanted to do history. I really wanted a history degree, which is when I started my coursework. That's what I was aiming for. I was aiming for my history degree, and I was going to specialise in medieval and Scottish history, or Scottish medieval history rather, because there's so much that's missing from certain parts of history that it just fascinates me, that period. I mean Scottish obviously because I'm a Scot and I live in Scotland, you know. You've defeated 8 of your 26. Good on ya. So you're finding it's good for progress in Milestone Manor. I might have a go at that one actually. What have I done? Oh, you know what? I don't think that's coming out of there. Oh no, it is. At least half it is. Are you coming out? Right. One, two, there. I think I might have a bash at that one. I get into these sort of games when everyone else is sort of getting past it and moving on to the next one. I need to find a mansion floor plan though, because yeah, that one and that one. Yeah. You could do what Tracy did and download a floor plan from off the internet. I think I would need to. I would think I would need to download the floor plan of a castle. I think to be able to fit all of them, or you could do, or you could pick like so the ones that you're targeting for trying to get finished. Like you know how you've got like, well, you're the same. So you're the same as me. You're you're forgetting your hall, so Lizzie, your hall counts the room as well in the game. So does your front porch. So I would have my front porch, my hall, my living room, my kitchen, my bathroom, bedroom and the back bedroom, so that's 7 rooms. So I could pick like 7 projects that I want to see the most progress in and work with those ones. And just switch them out as projects get, as I complete the project. That's one way of working with it. Or you could do what Tracy did and download a floor plan that's big enough to get all of your whips on. So you could actually download from the internet, do the search for. I can't remember. You told us the other day. You told us the other day, didn't you, that it was at Facebook that you looked it up on. There we go. Telling you there. Downloaded the floor plans. So there. Yeah, so you're coming to Scotland when? Oh, Killen, that's not far away from me. That's only about an hour or so away from me. It's nice up there. It's beautiful. Make sure you take a day into Perth as well. You're up there. If you go to Edinburgh, in Edinburgh, Perth's got. We used to have some good shops. I don't know if we still do. It's been ages since I've been up there, but it used to be good shopping. Like I say, Edinburgh, you'll get the castle. Killen, the falls at Killen are lovely. If you get it when it's just maybe the day after a heavy rain, like it's been heavy rain, and you get the falls and the river's running in spate. The falls are beautiful. But yeah, that's a nice part of the world up there. I visited it very often. But my family are from, like my dad's family's from the East Coast, so his sort of like ancestors span from just north of Dundee right up as far as Aberdeen, further north, just slightly further north than Aberdeen. My mum's family's from England, Cambridgeshire, Lincolnshire, Essex, that sort of area, Norfolk sort of area, sort of like East Anglia. So, yeah. And I would have been here if my mum and dad hadn't met and my dad was doing national service. So I guess I have got something to thank national service for, because if it wasn't national service, my dad wouldn't have went down south to Suffolk, met my mum, fell in love, got married, and brought her home with him. And I ultimately wouldn't have been here. Neither would my sister or my brother. Well, probably would have been here, but not the same people. Oh, Wales is nice too. Yeah. But you live in Wales, don't you, Lizzie? I'm sure it was Wales you said. You live in a nice part of Wales, don't you? Nice scenic part, I think, if I remember rightly. Or does it have it? I've only ever visited North Wales. I've never visited South Wales. So. I think Wales is the only time I've been out of Scotland and felt at home. If you know what I mean. felt comfortable, felt at home. I think it's to do with the scenery probably. No, that doesn't go there. Six. There. You know what I mean, Jane, yeah. Not very many places that feel like that. I think it's anywhere that's got hills in it makes me feel like that. Able to just fully relax and be myself. Well, you'd have felt right at home last week, so Lizzie. We're up to 26, 26, 27 Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday last week. So you would have felt right at home. I was sitting, I was melting. I love seeing the sun, just not those temperatures that came with it last week. Oh my goodness. I think I'm going to have to fill this one up. What do you say? Time to top this one up? I know my aunt, after she got married, settled in Haverford West. and he lived around about there. She married a Welshman that she met during the war. For, I was like, because yeah, and she loved it down there. She was like me. She said it was closest to being at home, well, not being at home. She had I think one son that I know of. He's a bit older than me. I'm the youngest of all the cousins. Because there's such a big age gap between me and my brother and sister. All my cousins were like, I think I'm closer to my cousin's children than I am to my cousins, just because of the age difference. I think my cousin that's in Australia, he's the closest to me in age, I think, out of them all. And he was born, he's what? I think. He's the same age as my brother. My brother's 19 years older than me, so yeah. I'm the youngest. So I think my gran spoiled me a little bit. She let me away with things when I was a baby, that when I was a youngster, that the older ones never, the ones, my cousins never got away with. And then on my other side, I was the only grandchild. Sorry, my sister and my brother and I were the only grandchildren. But I was the youngest grandchild again. Obviously, I was the youngest grandchild, but you know what I mean. Yeah. Is your family maybe from further north, Lizzie? Or it's just something that makes you feel connected to? Because I remember watching an episode of Who You Think You Are. I can't remember who it was, but they said they'd always felt at home in Scotland, but they weren't Scottish. See? There's your northern connection, Lizzie. Your dad's side, see? You got Lancashire blood in them there veins, lady. I can't remember who it was, but there was someone that was on Who Do You Think They Are? And they said they'd always liked Scotland and Scottish stuff. And then they discovered that one of their family lines, their family came from Scotland. And I was like, well, that explains it. You're like me. You're a bit of mix of everything. I don't have any Jewish though, but I have got Scots. A wee bit a pinch of Scandinavian. I've got pinch Irish. Like East Anglia, so that's where the Scandinavian comes in as well, and the Germanic sort of, there's a pinch of that. So yeah. Yeah. 21 years between my sister and I, Jane. Tracy. What's it? She's passed away now. She went. We lost her 2014, and I lost my dad 2016. I lost my mum way back in 1986 through diabetes and its complications from diabetes. I was just a wee bairn. I was only about 11 or 12 when my mum passed on. So I literally grew up. My sister kind of had to take over that role for me. I grew up from about 11 or 12. A sister and her husband took me in. That just wasn't coping. And yeah, I was with my sister until I was 20. Stayed with my sister until I was 20. I moved in with my dad and my stepmom for about maybe about 6 months. And then I was off on my own. I lost my stepmom in 2003. We just moved into a new house. We moved from a 10th floor flat and a 14-story tower block that I lived in. And they moved from a 10th story flat and they bought a bungalow. And they moved into it in I think it was November time they moved in. And she passed away the following spring. She never got to enjoy it. So I think it's pretty pants because she was looking forward to it. It was pretty pants that she never got to enjoy her house that she'd been looking forward to get. That's a combination of Tracy. Half Czech, French, Cherokee, Indian, English, German. Okay. Oh, that's a right combination. Your hubby's Scottish, right? I think we need to change the subject. So, Lizzie, if you were going to be stitching, what would you be working on today? Has anyone got any new starts lined up? Yes. Just realised I raised myself, yes. Oh, that's a nice one, Lizzie. Supersized Max Colour. Once Upon a Fairy Tale. So he's from McNabb. He's a McNabb. Okay. See, mine. I don't know if I've got. I don't know if I've got any McNabbs in my family history. I've got plenty of other clans sort of floating about. And my gran was a Kerr, but our mum's side was a Roberts, which is from the Robertsons. Uh, my dad's side, like I'm a Gordon, but I'm the result of two illegitimate daughters, one after the other. So I should actually be. But yeah, I'm a result of ultimately on my dad's side. His grandparents were both illegitimate. His grandmother was an illegitimate daughter of an illegitimate daughter. But if my dad's grandfather's parents had married, I wouldn't be a Gordon, I would be a Looney or Lowney. Depends on where you look on the family tree. Or Loney is the other one, and they're all sort of, you can the three names in his family tree seem to get mixed quite a lot. So I'm a Gordon, but I'm a Gordon through my grandfather's maternal line, not the paternal line. Uh, and they must do it differently up north as well, because I've noticed in my family history, looking at my family history, very few of the illegitimate children were adopted. They all tended to stay within the family. Like the grandparents would take them on, or aunts and uncles would take them on. If they had children already, they'd take them on. Which made it really confusing when you come to census returns, because they'd be listed as stepchild or whatever. But yeah. Touching autumn sky. Is that your next one after you've finished reading on this one, or you've started it now? Again, I'm gonna have to go and look up that one. Hold on. Who is that from where I'm at? 1, 2, there we go. I love the way this shading is on this. You're sitting and you're stitching away, and you look at it and you think, not much, and then why is there all these different shades of the same colour together. Obviously to show the shading and the shape, and then you sort of look at it. And when you go to change your thread, you look back, you're like, oh. I love Michelle's charting. I really do. I think that's why the majority of my projects are HAEDs. Yeah, the one that you're working on, Lizzie, I have that in my stash to start. I've also got what have I got? I've got Amazing Animal Kingdom to start as well. Peacocks. It's Peacock something or other. It's an Amy Stewart one. I've got that one to start. What other Amy Stewarts have I got? Library of Dogs. Stitch and Shelf. Can't remember what other ones I've got. I really need to write them out in the list. I put them in order so that I know what order I'm starting them in. You've moved on to your frog work year 2. Oh, you've changed. Were you not doing year 3 the other day? So you did. I think you finished the bit you were working on. I shall be changing in about 100 stitches from now. I'll be changing to Rosie Santa. And then I'm going to make sure I've got a spare frame, because for July the plan is to do all my winter themed projects. So it'll be Rosie Santa, winter montage. 2 wools might be included because it sort of like gives me winter vibes with the colours. And my new start, which will be starting as soon as the fabric arrives. That's what I'm going to be doing for Christmas in July. I'm going to be stitching on this every day, 250 stitches every day until it's done. If it looks like I'm not going to manage to get, I should do though. I should get this finished by the end of October. Oh yeah, the travelling library, the storyteller's view, and the writer's desk. Those are the 3 that are. Those are all together, aren't they? They're kind of the same sort of. She did them sort of like from the same sort of set of ideas. I think. I remember reading something about that. They were supposed to tell a story. I like it when she does stuff like that. I've still got the Stitcher's Paradise to start as well, which I'll get started at some point, hopefully next year. I'm not planning on doing the HAED SAL next year. I said that this year as well. But I'm not planning on it. I'm going to wait and see what the charts are and see how they're doing it. Because if they're doing it with the choice of 3, and there's none of the three that I like, I'll be definitely not doing it. Or if there's a couple of the charts that are offered among our 12, I will go for this. I will do it again, but I will go for the 6 pages, and I won't go for the full chart. No, to finish the full thing like I am this year, because there's one of the reward charts I like. A mermaid treasure and a pirate. Oh, right. I'm not saying. I can't remember seeing Pirate's Life, but the mermaid's treasure one's nice. Changing needles, because that one's just getting a bit too bent. Okay. Tracy, you impress me with your mirabilias and things, because you know they intimidate me. I would quite happily sit and stitch a big supersized Matt's colour. You're in the wrong spot. You should be down there. Right, let's get myself sorted. No, in fact, you know what? You're on the right row, but the wrong spot. That one. Yeah, Merry Mushroom Picnic and Grand Butterfly Ball are two that I want. The Grand Butterfly Ball one, I mean, I don't do fantasy stuff normally, but I love the colours in that. I just love the way, I love the way that the colours work in that. So I'd like to stitch on it, but it's not up high in my priorities to start. There's a couple of Dominic Davidson's I want to stitch as well. A couple of I've got the Donna Gelsinger one that I'm starting this month, which is the teddy bear tree. I'm doing a supersized Max Colour version of that. And I am doing, I've got is it Farm Stand? Or Market Stand? I've got that as the Max Colour version of that. But the Dominic Davidson one, I've got, I think it's Cove Harbour. I want to stitch that one. I've got a couple of minis that I want to stitch, which are Arena Garmashova ones, the cat ones. I don't like stitching cartoons, fantasy stuff. I don't like stitching people. I don't count Santa Claus as being people. I think everyone, needs to do something that's not what they would normally do, don't they? We all need to stitch something that we don't normally do, just to scratch that itch. I think the other one that I'm going to have that's got people on it is Gandalf meets, or Bilbo meets Gandalf, which I bought at the beginning of the year. I think it was a limited edition, I think, from Tilton Crafts. My plan is to start that on the 3rd of January, because the 3rd of January is J.R.R. Tolkien's birthday. I think I actually got the chart on the 3rd of January this year, and by the time I realised it was actually his birthday, I wouldn't have been able to get it started because I didn't have any fabric. So I decided that next year I'm going to start it on the 3rd of January. I better start saving up to get the fabric, huh? Ivory cats. I have to be realistic with that one. I love the detail on the split panels. The half and half. I love the detail on them, but I'm never going to stitch both sides. I'm never going to stitch the full thing. I would love to do what Kamari is doing and stitch both, and Siski as well. I would love to do what they're doing and stitch the full thing on one piece of fabric. I priced up my fabric and I had a heart attack. I was like, nope. I was looking at £70 from 25 count. And I thought to myself, for near enough the same price, I could start library cats, and I've got library dogs, like the regular super size Max colour. So I think that's what I'm going to be doing. I don't have the chart for the cats one, but I've got the dogs one. And then I thought, well, at least if I'd got them both super size Max colour and they're both the same size, I could just hang them together. Once I completed putting them up together. It's either that or I do the big library cats, the big version, as I'm calling it, the huge version, and then buy the dogs again with the left and right panels, which is to me is a false economy because I've already bought the chart supersize Max colour, and I would be able to buy 4 charts when I only need to buy 1. So that's where my train of thought's heading at the moment. I'm holding off buying the chart just now though, because I've got so many other things that I want to do, and I don't want to bump anything back down again. I've got my new starts for the rest of the year sort of planned out. I'm a wee bit late in getting the fabric for this one because this was supposed to be a 1st of July start. But I actually forgot to order it at the weekend, before the weekend, and I actually remembered yesterday. So I got ordered yesterday. Just waiting on Abby sending it out. So, but I've got other things I could be working on. So that's July's new start sorted. I only had 6 planned. I've already done 10. I must be mad. What else have I got planned? September I'm starting sunflowers, and then I'm running across Stitch Studio for Sunflower September. I'm starting in October. I'm going to be starting the odes to Maggie Smith, the professional, the Tilton Crafts one, so we're, as McGonagall's cat. Professor McGonagall as a cat, I should say. That's going to be October. November, I don't have anything planned beginning in November, but I'm toying with the idea of starting Blue Rhapsody. Give myself a couple of months to get the bits together, which is a Rosewood Manor. We were talking about that the other day on the live stream. On St Andrew's Day at the end of November, I'll be starting Celtic Thistle, and that'll be the third of the three that are going to be that are Scottish themed. And then December, I'm not planning to have any new starts in December because I want to try and get some of my goals met, and also to give me, if I haven't finished this, to give me a chance to get this finished in time. And then 3rd of January, like I said, I'm going to be starting Bilbo meets Gandalf. 1st of January, if there's a HAED SAL, if I do the HAED SAL next year, I'll be starting that on the 1st of January. I'm not planning a Hogmanay new start this year. I'm not going to give myself 5 new starts in the space of 4 weeks. I'm not doing that. I made myself not well last year. Being stressed about getting that all done. So I'm not doing that this year. What I might do, if I have one close to a finish, I might on Hogmanay, I might do what I did the year before, and if I've got one, like say, maybe 1,000 stitches or whatever, I'll spend a day working on that. And the only one that's closest to the finish, apart from this, is Lilies of the Valley, Caroline Manning. So that would probably be my, if I do that. But yeah. My dad, right, I had to laugh. When I was living with my dad when he was ill, our cleaner got me a tuxedo kitten. It was supposed to be mine because I got it at my birthday. And my dad, all the time that I'd been growing up, we never had cats. We always had dogs. And my dad wasn't. He said he wasn't a cat person, but he wouldn't do them. He wouldn't do harm to them. And when we got the kitten, I warned him. This is my kitten. I'll try and keep him out your room as much as possible. Blah blah blah. But this time, I mean, I had 2 black cats at the time as well. So one was mine, one was my daughter's. And my daughter's cat had taken the habit when my dad went to bed, he would go and he'd lie on the foot of my dad's bed till my dad fell asleep. It was like he was watching over him. Then we'd get up and come through the living room. And I mean, it was so funny because I had a dog at the time as well. We had Ben, who was a German Shepherd, and he was my dog. But he would lie outside my dad's door, and the cat would lie inside the room until my dad fell asleep, and then the pair of them would get up and walk through as if to say, right, what's for supper then? But we got the tuxedo cat, and as far as my dad was concerned, that was his kitten. And everyone that came in and was like, "Have you seen my kitten? Have you seen my kitten?" I would terrorise that kitten. You know, I had one of those dangly toys, you know, the teaser toys. I would terrorise it with it. It would terrorise Joey with it, so he would. The only Stitch Halloween projects in September, October, and you'll Stitch Christmas in November and December. I wish I could be that dedicated. I don't really have that many sort of like seasonal ones. I don't really stitch Halloween. I think the Witching Hour is the closest I've got to stitching Halloween. I've got a couple of charts from Stitch is So Beautiful though. That'll be starting at some point next year, maybe. They were they're from a retired artist, Nick. But yeah, I'm enjoying my witching hours. Enjoying that on the witching hour today. It was nice to stitch with just dark colours, and now that I'm past the flame of the candle, back into the dark colours again. It's so much easier. It's really enjoyable. That one there. Yes, I talk to myself when I'm stitching. I think I'm coming down with another headache. Get a wee bit on the humid side here. Yeah, as long as it's this humid, as long as it's just. It was raining. It was heavy rain about maybe an hour or so ago. So I'm not surprised if humidity's gone up because the dampness in the air from that, but I can actually feel it. It feels close. Starting to feel a bit clammy. I'm going to take a painkiller actually, a couple of painkillers. I should really for my back anyway. Oh. I throw soda with a back taste of bumming paracetamol. Ugh. No, we're not going to that over. What we'll do, we're not going to take that down to the bottom. We're going to end it. Pardon me. Makes all the difference when there's not got a lot of colour changes, doesn't it? I'm at 191, 193. Another 57 stitches. That'll take me to my target. So I should be down to about there by the time I finish my session. And I'm going to get up, move about for a wee bit. Probably put all the washing in the machine. Or I might just wait and put the washing in later tonight. I might wait and put the washing in after dinner or at dinner time. So it's on while I'm having my dinner. You guys won't hear it if I do a live stream later. Landscape, so you stitch landscape, people, flowers, animals. You don't stitch winter. See you later, Lizzie. Thank you for joining me today. Alright, let's just figure out where I'm going, what I'm doing. What colour is that again? Right, okay. Getting tired now as well, which isn't helping. Must admit, I didn't sleep very well last night. I got up to go to the toilet a couple of times during the night, which doesn't like me. Yeah. I thought that was a leaf at the back. I don't think that is a leaf. I think that's it's over there. So that's. I think that might be an apple. As part of the thing with this is when I'm stitching it, I try and guess what the fruits are. Some are fairly obvious, like the grapes and the lemon and the strawberries, which for an awful long time I thought were raspberries, but so try and figure out what they are. I'm bad for that with the other projects as well. The kitchen shop, and quite often I'll be sitting stitching on something. I'm like, what is that? What's that supposed to be? And then you find ones that's nothing but trees, and you're sitting there going, I never get down to this tree. And then you realise you're not actually stitching tree anymore, you're stitching ground. And you're like, ah. Yeah. Hopefully these painkillers will start working soon. dear. Nope. Don't know why I thought that was that one next to it was to be stitched, because it's actually underneath. Getting there, guys. Getting there. What do you think? Do you think we should just call it quits at 250, or do you think I should complete the block? you guys think? I have to go. Are we allowed to go till it's night time, Tracy? It's only 20 to 3 in the afternoon here, so I'm not sure in the States you are, but yeah. Go feed your kitty cats. Just trying to decide whether to call it quits at 250 or to keep going to the end of the block. Because this is stitching up really quickly. And it's always, you know, progress, isn't it? Right, this is starting to annoy me. Let's just finish the block. It's only another, what, 33 stitches. Let's put these ones in. Really, 3 blocks isn't too bad because I've done quite a bit of filling in up above. Not too confetti heavy, which is how I like it when I'm doing a live stream, because there's a lot of confetti and I'm doing a live stream and or a stitch with me and I'm chatting. It's usually when I make mistakes. And there. There we go. So that's where I'm going to leave this stitchy session. Let's just zoom you in. We can go zoom you out, I should say. Right, so you can see the full project. Completed these 3 blocks here. So we're well on our way to completing this this page certainly. Mark was off. Let's see how many I've done. That's 285 stitches today, taking me up to 69.32%. So we're getting there. Slowly but surely we're getting there. I'm going to be switching projects out to Rosie Santa, and this is where I'm at with this. I'm going to be working down this column here. I don't know if you can see it because it's basically gearing up all 3865 basically. 3866 and 81. I think the brightest colour that's on there is 819, I think. But that's what I'm going to be working on later. I'm going to go off and do a couple of chores so that I'm moving about. And thank you for your company, everyone, and I'll see you all on the next one. Possibly will be alive. What I might do is I might film a stitch with me first, and just to test to see how the colours are showing up on camera. If that goes ahead, if that works okay, then I'll possibly go live between 6:30 and 7:30. Between 6:30 and 7:30, depends on how bad dinner. But certainly this early evening. That's GMT. Add or just subtract however many hours you need to for your time zone. So thank you for your company. I'll see you on the next one. Remember, it's not about the number of stitches you do in a stitchy session, as each stitch is still progress, because it's one less stitch you still have to do. And remember to be kind and to treat others as you wish to be treated. You don't know what someone else is going through in their life, and your smile, your kind gesture, your kind word can make all the difference and help them get through what could potentially be a very difficult day. So thank you, and I'll see you all on the next one. Bye bye for now. Oh, for goodness sake.